Okay, so we just arrived, but I'm really in love with this villas. There's many in a neoclassical style and it's really beautiful. We're not even in the town, in the city yet. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Fabio and today we're exploring another beautiful Italian city that is often overlooked by tourists. We've already visited the incredible Pavia and today we remain somewhere in northern Italy. And this time we're in Cremona, a charming town known for its rich musical heritage, especially as the birthplace of a legendary violin maker Stradivari. But I'm sure there's more to this city than just violins. I'm looking for stunning medieval architecture and a more relaxed atmosphere. Cremona seems full of surprises, so let's go find out together. And here we are in the square dedicated to Antonio Stradivari, the man who turned Cremona into the world's capital of violin making. Born here in 1644, Stradivari crafted more than 1,000 instruments during his lifetime, each one renowned for its extraordinary sound and precision. Today, Cremona continues to carry on its tradition through its violin makers' workshops. And now let's step inside Palazzo Comunale, Cremona's historic town hall. It was built in the late Middle Ages around the 13th centuries, and even if the building was modified over time, it still preserves its Romanesque Gothic character, with elegant arches and brickwork typical of northern Italy. It's a nice free entry spot that I really recommend, not only for the beauty of the building itself, but for something else that I'm showing you in a few seconds. As you can see, the first part of the building is beautifully preserved and maintains a more ancient charm. Walking through Palazzo Comunale feels like traveling through time. The medieval and Gothic atmosphere changes as we move from this type of room with exposed brick walls and wood into more refined ones, decorated with frescoes and elegant details. But the real highlight is hidden at the end, behind those incredible windows. This is just incredible, and also there's no one here. And this is national holiday, so you would expect tourists and many other people to be here, but apparently that's not the case. And finally, the part that most shocked me, that incredible view on Piazza del Duomo. From every window in this part of the palace, we could see the magnificent Duomo rising right in front of us. It almost feels like the building was designed to frame this view. The white marble facade, the rose window, and the bell tower dominating the square. Seeing the cathedral from here gives you a different perspective. Definitely more intimate, like looking at the masterpiece from behind the scenes. It's a reminder of how closely the civic and religious powers of the city were connected, sharing the same square and shaping Cremona's identity for centuries. and I arrive in Piazza del Duomo just as the sun begins to break through the clouds and light up the square. This is truly the heart of Cremona. In front of me stands the Cathedral of Santa Maria Assunta, with its stunning marble facade, next to the Baptistery. On the other side rises the Torrazzo, Cremona's iconic bell tower, one of the tallest medieval towers in Europe. But what really makes this square special isn't just the architecture to me, but the atmosphere. It's Sunday and the cafes are filled with people enjoying an aperitivo, chatting and relaxing under the arcades. Kids run around the piazza playing between newsstands and bicycle, some happily holding a gelato in their hands. It's this mix of history and everyday lives that gives Piazza del Duomo such a warm and authentic charm. A 10 euros ticket can get you inside the Baptistery, Museo Diocesano, and Torrazzo Tower, and honestly, I recommend all of these places, and you'll soon see why. Before going to lunch, we had to check out the Baptistery, this huge octagonal building in red brick that made me feel so little when I stepped inside. The architecture here, we just have to admit, it's mesmerizing. And then let's talk about the museum. Museo Diocesano. This was a nice surprise. As someone who likes museums but very rarely decides to visit them during his travels, I love this museum. I definitely see the attention to detail in the display and the narration of the artifacts. It felt like I was stepping inside a secret place where everyone is silently admiring at the beauty of the objects and the history behind them. Well, silently. I All of this art made me really hungry. The time has come to taste some local delicious specialties. Our food stop today is Antica Locanda al Bissone, a restaurant with an incredible history. Open since 1515, it's considered one of the oldest trattoria in Cremona and has welcomed travelers, merchants, and locals for over 5 centuries. Stepping inside, you'll find a beautiful rustic atmosphere and the sense of tradition still alive in every detail. We started our meal with a classic Cremonese antipasto, a selection of local curry meats and cheeses. Then it was time for a risotto and the typical ravioli from here called marubini cremonesi. We tried them in two ways, in a delicate pink sauce and in the more traditional version with butter and sage. This is why I always say to my international friends that Italian cuisine is not just pasta and pizza. Every city and region has its own specialties. We then strolled a little bit around the city while peeking from time to time inside the local violins maker shops, which were of course closed for the lunch bus, before heading back to the center to finally visit the dome in the inside, which was really nice, and then finally go up one of the tallest medieval towers in Europe. The Cathedral of Santa Maria Assunta has beautiful frescoes that capture everyone's attention, but hidden below there is a quieter, intimate space, the crypt. Here, among ancient columns and soft lights, lie the relics of Saint Omobono, Cremona's patron saint. Here, everything around me had a special atmosphere of silence and devotion. Right next to the cathedral stands the Torrazzo, Cremona's iconic bell tower. At over 112 meters, it's one of the tallest medieval brick towers in Europe, and climbing its steps is quite a challenge. But every effort is rewarded once you reach the top. From here, the whole city stretches out beneath you, the red root of the Po River in the distance, and on a clear day, even the Alps on the horizon. The tower itself was built between the 13th and the 14th centuries, and later enriched with one of the largest astronomical clocks in the world, still visible on its facade. The clock doesn't just mark the hours, but also shows the movements of the sun, the moon, and the zodiac, a real masterpiece of medieval science and craftsmanship. Standing up here, it's easy to see why the Torrazzo has always been the symbol of Cremona. Let's continue exploring this incredible city, as the locals are also doing, and to enjoy the sun after the several weeks of bad weather that we had. I know I'm editing this at the end of summer, but this was filmed when spring was just coming outside the corner, and I remember feeling closer to summer than ever. Mind you, I was wearing a jumper, but I was feeling the fantasy for sure. Embrace yourself for what I found inside this church. I mean, look at that. This is why you shouldn't skip churches when traveling, especially in Italy. Art and holy places go hand in hand and have inspired each other for centuries. Cremona is a city full of history, great food, and a really authentic atmosphere. And this has been such a nice experience. Even though I've been publishing a bit less lately, I've actually been traveling a lot and collecting plenty of material to share with you. In the next video, we're heading to Marseille, France, for a powerful weekend of exploration with my best friend Giorgio. And if you've been following the channel, you remember him from our trips to Munich and Pavia. And one last thing, this video is actually being edited and uploaded from abroad, because for almost 3 months I've now been living in France, doing an internship on the French Riviera in a luxury camping resort. I'm documenting this whole experience, so stay tuned because I'll be bringing you lots of new content from here as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!